Excuse the hood, but it's cold out here. My current state is 22 degrees. 22 degree. Look, 22 out in this boy. That's literally free. I mean, way below. It's below freezing. So I just hopped in the car and it hasn't warmed up yet, and I don't want to have the heat on full blast because it'll interfere with the sound here. Uh, I'm gonna give it a few minutes for a couple people to come in. Again, this is another stage of documenting the journey today. I'm going to talk more about the book. I'm going to go to a different chapter and kind of expound on some of the principles that I'm talking about in the chapter. So I'm excited about it. I got a lot of good feedback yesterday. A lot of good feedback yesterday, and I actually posted it on my wall as well. And I just looked and I see that I got a lot of good comments. So I'm gonna go respond in a minute. Just been busy, haven't had a chance to, but absolutely. So basically, we're talking about a book that I'm writing. I've been documenting my journey, and while I've been documenting my journey, I decided to write a book. And so yesterday I did the first installment. I kind of gave you guys the introduction. I read off the introduction. Today, I'm not by my computer, so I'm not going to read off from the book, but I'm going to touch on pretty much a chapter and some of the principles in the chapter, just to kind of give you an understanding of where it's going to go in that chapter. And in this chapter, it's going to be called "Applied Knowledge is Power." And in dealing with applied knowledge is power, I talk about how we often hear the quote that knowledge is power. And I would always say, well, applied knowledge is power. And the reason that is because, there's plenty of people who die with a lot of knowledge. There's people who know all about weight loss. I knew a guy that I went to school with that was in the health field. He went to school for health. And now that I see him, he's very overweight, So even though he has the knowledge, it hasn't done anything for him. I know people who've been in real estate, who've been insurance agents, who've been in all the different kind of businesses, and they have a wealth of knowledge, but they don't apply it, right? And so applied knowledge is power. And it's kind of the same when it comes to us with the weight loss. Many a times we know what to do. You understand? Like we already know what to do. We've probably had small successes before, but in that small success, we really we didn't find out what we needed to do to continue in that. And so applied knowledge is power. And it was a point in time where, I acquired so much knowledge, and this is from a business standpoint, knowledge. And one time I was talking to one of my mentors, and my mentor said, don't get information constipation. I've always been that type of person that, they call me ignorance on fire, because I didn't have to know everything. I would just go out and do it, right? And I would get results that way. And where on the other end, I had a partner who was straight up analytical. He wanted to analyze everything, every little detail, and it would take him so long to get to the process of doing. And so my thing was like, come on, bro, we gotta do. The thing is doing. So me and him kind of we kind of balanced each other out, because I was so go, and he was like, no, let's wait, let's wait. And so we kind of balanced each other out. But he could attain so much knowledge and still never get anywhere from the knowledge that he attained. And so when we talk about applied knowledge is power, I'm trying to get people to get to the point of applying the knowledge. Because when I got to my mid-30s, I found out that, I had all of this knowledge, right? But I felt powerless. You can have knowledge and feel powerless, and that's a major problem. And so when it comes to this journey, when it comes come to weight loss, you got to find a way to get the information out of your head into your heart. Okay. One of my mentor, he used to always say ACT. It's an acronym. ACT is getting your actions consistent with your thoughts. So you got to find a way to get your actions consistent with your thoughts. Many times we have all of this information in our heads. We know what to do. We watch the YouTube videos. We hear from the gurus. We hear from, people like Bricks Fitness, from Possible Pat, from Obese to Beast, from the Medical Medium, from Robert Morris, depending on whatever industry you're in, you hear all of these different things from Jim Rohn, right? And they're just sitting up in you. You don't want to have information constipation. Information constipation is just like regular constipation. It's just blocking you, right? You got to get it from out of you and put it into action. So ACT, getting your actions consistent with your thoughts. And so I had to come to a place where I had to start getting my actions consistent with my thoughts. I knew I knew what to do when it came to business. I knew how to get out there and run and go. I knew that I needed to get in front of more people, right? But at the same time, when I looked at my health, I had never applied none of those principles. So what I started to do is I started to take the principles from business and I started to apply them to my health, right? And so, yes, absolutely, Gina. ACT, actions consistent with your thought. And you have to apply these things to your health. Continue to look at everything. Continue to indoctrinate yourself with the things that you want to produce, right? And let those things manifest. Again, you have to decide. You have to make a decision. Once you make the decision, you can start to act. Action. We're talking about a verb, moving forward. And so again, the title of this chapter is going to be, applied knowledge is power, because an applied knowledge is definitely power, not just knowledge. It's too many times we say knowledge is power, but if you have knowledge and you don't use it, you get nowhere. So that's pretty much what I wanted to talk about today. Again, it's like 22 degrees. I'm out here in the car and I didn't want to have the heat blasting so you guys couldn't hear. But do you guys got any questions, anything you like to see as far as with me writing the book, anything that you think that I could add when it comes to actions consistent with your thought, ACT, or either applied knowledge is power. You could definitely say so at this time, or if you want to leave me an inbox, I'm always open, man. I'm just enjoying this journey. This is a process. I'm just bringing you guys in on my writing process. This is another way that I brainstorm. This helped me to go and actually put that pen to the pad or to the keyboard and really produce more valuable information to the people. So look, I appreciate y'all. I appreciate, Healing Journey, Jesus. I appreciate you, Gina. Rising Faith again. All you guys who's in here and that wave. I appreciate you guys actually being on at this time. I know it's only 9:30 in the morning, so a lot of people are probably at work. But I wanted to go ahead and get a live in early, this so it at least can be archived, because I had some stuff on my mind. So if we don't have any questions today, I'm just going to say take care, take charge, and God bless everybody. Peace.